Well, listen, you talked talked a little bit about it post game, but again, kind of a slow start. This team, you can seem to be able to count on them certainly in the second half, and you dominate. But I know that's something you probably want to focus on.
Well, I mean, we get them to 3rd and long, and then we get picked, and really just not being very aware, and you got to keep playing, and then they are over aggressive and slip the fullback out of there. So it was a good design on their part, and we have to play the complete game, and we're always going to find things to improve on, and so hopefully that we can start a little faster and then finish in the red zone. I think that's really to be 2 or 6, it's not going to win a whole lot of games. We've got to score touchdowns when we get down there.
Mike, one of the things, the areas where you did do well is you look at your running game against the team in the Cleveland Browns. I think they're only giving up about 70-something yards per game. You guys were able to go out there, rush for $170. This is 2 weeks in a row where it looks like you're really running the ball good. What are you seeing from this run game?
Well, I thought I thought we mixed the scheme up. I think from some inside runs to some perimeter runs. And then full disclosure, I think, the quarterback runs help too. The quarterback being able to pull the ball down, get some yards, help us in that regard. So, I've been through this defensively before where you're like, okay, the running backs had 50 yards and then you give up loose plays to the quarterback for 65 yards of scrambles. And you're like, well, we didn't really practice any of those defending the run and fitting it and tackling. It wasn't like a scheme run. So I think just being able to use those numbers and improve on it. So where did we have, did we have some guy, everybody blocked, and did we break some tackles, or did we miss some blocks? Were we loose on the combos? All that stuff. And the numbers are good. We just have to look at how we're executing. Where did we maybe miss a cut, or did we not get the force on some of the perimeter plays or things like that? And I think we did a good job, and I think there's a lot more there that we can do. But I did think that we mixed some of the inside runs and some of the perimeter runs well yesterday.
Speaking of Drake running the football, you were busting his balls a little bit post-game about sending him to spring training to learn how to slide. Yeah, do you feel like he did better when it came to that yesterday, protecting himself?
I don't know. Again, he's dead set on hurdling somebody and scoring from 60-yard touchdown run. So we'll keep working on it. I'm going to keep a cardboard box like we did at 5th grade back in the St. Michael's in the Catholic Diocesan Baseball League. We got a refrigerator box, and we cut it open, and we taught the kids that didn't know how to slide. So we're going to practice sliding on a cardboard box.
Yeah,
great coaching back there by Mike Mulligan back in the day.
Well, that's the key thing, though, is keep protecting him, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
We used the cardboard box for breakdancing back in the day.
I would have loved to see you breakdance.
Got the moves.
They called it, when Wiggy was doing it, they called it breakdancing because he would break things when he fell on them.
That's pretty good pop blocking.
I bet.
Mike, Myles Garrett had some nice things to say about Will Campbell after the game. How do you think that he did in this one?
Well, I think that that's a tough test, and that's a tough challenge, and I think Will has, high expectations of himself and wants to do well. And some of these challenges in this league are difficult. And playing Myles Garrett is one of those. And, so again, there was plays that he'd like to have back, and being able to understand, each and every week that those matchups change and the play styles change. So he'll continue to improve, and he'll continue to work. And he's been a consistent, available player for us, and he's helped us win here in the last couple weeks.
Mike, the teams the last several years appeared to look for a reason to lose, where it feels like this team is seeking reasons to win. Have you noted this sort of confidence? It felt like they may have been more emotionally fragile in recent years. The team right now, down a touchdown, not playing great early in a game. At no point did I feel like you guys were going to capitulate. Have you noticed that in the way that this team reacts to adversity?
Well, first, you're going to have to explain that word to me and Wiggy, capitulate.
Yeah. When he says those big words, I just kind of tune it out. It's like, put it on mute.
But I do. No. I think that's that's what you have to have. You have to have a resolve in this league and in life. And if you choose this business, You're going to be on a team. You're going to have some success. You may not have success. You get released. You get traded. You get cut. You got to fight to make a roster spot. You're on a practice squad. You're trying to fight to get up. And that has to translate to our teams and the way that we approach this. And, you know, there's the ups and downs, and just keep fighting and keep competing and make a play. And, you know, we've gone back to this in Miami. We'll just make one play and see what happens after that. But yeah, we can't really panic and understand how long these games are, and the plays that can help define the game aren't going to be in the first or second series.
Nice to get Steph Diggs his touchdown yesterday.
Yeah, it was great. I mean, he's been, and again, the guys all joke about it, and he's, I think, been, you know, wanting that, and we want that for him. But, you know, he's been a really consistent performer for us, so it's been good to, you know, to be able to finally get him in the end zone.
Mike, there's always reports out there about this and that, so it's always best to ask you about, you know, maybe trying to bolster. You talk about a guy like Myles Garrett, but to bolster your side of the defensive line, and maybe some interest in you guys looking at that position. Those reports true? I mean, you feel like you could add something there? Or
I think we could try to always look to improve our roster. So whether that's at every position, we're going to try to look to improve any way we can.
Mike, go ahead.
Mike.
The starting the game without Christian Barmore, you talked about it a little bit after the game. It looked like you guys were hugging after the game. Is it safe to say, because people will speculate, that whatever happened is in the past and you guys are moving forward? And
just like everything else that I do, you know, I mean, whether that's in life or whatever, we've moved on, we've addressed it, and there's no issues moving forward with me or anybody else. I think that's just how we have to operate, and you know, I mean, excited to get going today here with the corrections and, you know, get these guys moving on to the Falcons.
What about the introductions yesterday? You talked about it briefly. Obviously, Wiggy always tells the story of the 0-1 Super Bowl when you guys came out as a team. What went into that, and was that something the players were asking for?
I approached it with the leadership guys on Thursday after practice a few weeks ago, just looking to try to, you know, bring some energy. You know, we were kind of on the road, and I was just looking ahead and saying, hey, is this something that we want to try? They were in favor of it, and, you know, so we kind of try to figure it out. We'll have to continue to work on it like everything else we do, and improve it and make it as good as we can, as good of a product as we can to introduce our players, and then, you know, get the fans excited about it.
Drake said he was nervous about it because he has no swag. Would you agree with that, or
that he has no swag?
Yeah.
I would say that it's probably swagless at times, but that's why we love him.
I like that he says shoot every time he answers a question. Shoot.
Mike, yesterday.
I swear a lot more than he does.
Yesterday was National Tight Ends Day, and you look at Austin Hooper and Hunter Henry and what they've been
I thought you were going to talk about me and you.
No, I was, but I mean, let's you know, you guys, they're doing so well. Let's keep it on them. They've done a tremendous job all year long, whether it's in the run game, pass game. What has that meant to you, the football team, offensively, and just what they bring to the table?
Yeah, I think that they, you know, you don't want to be one-dimensional, so being able to play with multiple tight ends on the field and still execute in the passing game and have our run game out of it has been good. And those guys have worked hard. They've, you know, some of those are tough matchups there with the tight ends and the defensive ends in this league, and I think that they've done a good job. Jack Westover comes in and plays, you know, some in the back, plays a lot of special teams for us too. So that's been a good group for us. It's been a consistent group, and it'll, you know, be one that we'll still continue to try to improve and help. And, you know, each week they're working on things to try to help us.
There was some pretty loud MVP chants when it came to Drake yesterday here. He doesn't seem like somebody that you have to, you know, keep down at a certain level, but is that important going forward?
Well, we got the mid-season awards coming up here. It's about that time, so they should be throwing all those around here. We'll be lined up to accept all those that they want to try to give us. But yeah, I think that he's a very, very important part of our success, and I'm happy that he's having personal success. He wants to continue to improve, and I think that there's a hunger for that, and I think he sees how important his not only performance but just the way that he operates and functions, how important that is to the offense and our football team.
As someone who sees him every single day, though, do you think that the fans, the media is jumping the gun, or is he as good as we all believe him to be?
Well, I mean, I think we're really happy that he's our quarterback.
Right.
Just being able to play with the efficiency, and I know they had an interception yesterday, but playing with the efficiency that he has and the ability to extend plays, his accuracy down the field is fun. I mean, you just don't want to take things for granted. But it's like, it's going to be the booty, and it's like hasn't even left his hand yet, and everybody's like, touchdown, touchdown. I was like, hold our horses. Okay, touchdown.
Mike, sad news over the weekend with the passing of Nick Mangold. I know Ohio State guys. Just what you thought of him as a competitor, and just how that hit you yesterday.
Yeah, I heard that before the game, and I knew that obviously he was not doing really well, and I just remember going back to Ohio State when I was playing as a young player in the league, and Nick was still there with a bunch of those guys that would go on to play in the NFL, and just how talented he was, his energy is just his passion around all those guys, and a leader and being a center, and then just the career that he had, the longevity, and then playing against him when he was with the Jets. So condolences to his family, Ohio natives, and hopefully they'll be able to get to a place where they can celebrate his life after the sadness of this immediate news, and hopefully they can celebrate his life and his impact that he made on Ohio State and the Dayton area, and obviously New York.
Mike, you talked about Will Campbell, and I always love to get kind of insight. I know you were in Cleveland last year. What makes Myles Garrett such a difficult player? I mean, it's probably great that Will Campbell gets to see him and learn and kind of say, okay, here's what I need to do moving forward against everybody. What makes Myles Garrett so different?
God gave him a little extra. I mean, he's big, he's fast, he's explosive, he's athletic. He can go around you, through you, spin. Just as a great skill set. And then also an understanding, that he'd be able to bend and dip, and then, taking long strides and planting. Rarely gets knocked off his feet. But he's the ability to beat double teams and to beat these chippers that he sees. It's impressive. So I was saying yesterday, thank God they're not in the division, and we don't have to see him, twice unless we both make the playoffs. So. He's a special player. He's been doing it for a lot of years, and they don't make too many of them, though.
Mike, after every game, after every win, you always say, but we're not going to change. That's been your constant message to the guys. What do you mean by that? What is it about this team that you don't want them to change, whether you guys are winning or losing?
The preparation and how we approach things and how we correct things, and how we work. We're going to work. We're going to compete on Thursday. We're going to go fast in the red zone on Friday. We're going to lift. We're going to weigh in. We're going to do things the way that we feel like is important for us to do them, and not let things slide, because they, in this league, sometimes if you have some success, you can sometimes take a deep breath and relax, and that's usually when you get your ass kicked.
Mike, when you get preparing for the trade deadline as an organization, how much of a role will you have in saying, hey, we really need X or Y? Is this a day-to-day conversation, or is it something where you kind of tell the front office guys, let me know when there's something to make a decision on?
I would say that Elliot and Ryan and myself and Stretch have conversations every day regarding the roster. Whether that's before the trade deadline, after the trade deadline, those conversations are ongoing.
Mike, do you find, because you brought up the little things, right? And, sometimes teams tend to look over the little things, or some, coaches maybe say it could just be about how the locker room looks. Like, how important is it that you make sure you're doing those little things, the weigh-ins, the lifts, but also has it been a little bit of a difficult kind of change to maybe get players to buy into some of the little things that they feel like, oh, why are we doing that? It doesn't make any sense. But the bigger picture is more about buying in.
No, I don't think that that's been an issue. You know, and I don't. I think that we want to be intentional, and I'm okay explaining things. If guys have questions, why, I'm okay explaining why and why the little things matter, because they become big things. And if you let one thing slide, it's like your kids. You tell one kid to be home by midnight, and he's not home at midnight, and you don't do anything. Well, then the other one thinks, well, then I can come home whenever I want, and then it leads to something else. And I think being consistent is important. And no, but the buy-in, I don't think the buy-in's been any issue. You know, I think that people want structure. I think people want a sense of unity, and, you know, making sure that everybody's being held accountable. And, you know, again, that hasn't been any sort of issue. But we have to, you know, keep doing those things, and the way we prepare, you know, I mean, about changing it, just that we're going to, how we practice and how we prepare.
Halloween is Friday. Letter grade for Mac Hollins' costume yesterday. Did you get to see it?
What was it?
It was a
I know what
bishop.
it was.
Like, it was a
Oh, was
bishop.
Oh.
From a chess game. That's why he was walking diagonally, because the bishop can only move.
Oh, I had no idea what it was. And he was barefoot too. I was like, what is this?
Yeah.
Am I
He's always
missing
barefoot.
He's an
Always
interesting,
barefoot.
Yeah.
interesting guy.
Free the feet.
Is that what it is?
Free the feet.
I
Yeah.
don't know.
Mac hacks.
Yeah,
I wonder what his
with that.
wiki feet score is. Quite high.
I'm sure he could do better. I'm sure he's got better costumes in
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Is there a party? Is there a team Halloween party? Have you been invited, I guess?
There's a kids and family one Tuesday at 4:00. For players, kids, and
You dressing up?
yeah.
Okay.
Just got to figure out what we're gonna go as. But
Yeah.
Figure something out.
yeah, but they always like that. Everybody, you see the kids come through, and they go through the offices and decorate the offices, and then they go back in the back, get some pizza and
Candy
and
Candy's
jumpies, and it's a good afternoon.
I feel like if you don't know what to go as, just go as a football player. I feel like a lot of
That's
kids
a
do
cop
that.
out. Yeah,
No, that's good. That is a cop out.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna go as an official.
There you go.
God.
There you go.
Oh man, you got a little heated yesterday on that hold call. Did you object to that?
On the hold.
Yeah. I saw.
It was the second half.
Yeah, it was second half.
Probably. I don't know. Sorry
You don't
about
remember it?
something.
You don't remember
Oh yeah, Carlton Davis.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah. That was crazy.
two-step process.
Yeah, that was crazy. I don't get
Two-step
it.
process. That's what it's supposed to be. See the infraction, look back in the pocket, make sure the ball's actually already been thrown.
How much do they information, like, do they say, like, all right, this is what we're looking at, we're trying to do this, like, because I feel like I'm not in there, so I don't like know what you guys get
there's no
every week.
conversations about those. Like that happened on the other side. This guy just happens to be sitting here. There's nothing he can do. It's 53 yards away. Just somebody to yell at.
Right.
And then Schooler's face mask penalty.
Yeah. That was weird. I know he was getting face masked.
Did they send
No
you a video?
kidding.
Did you get a video on that one? You and Stretch?
No video.
No,
it's
no.
not. It's like 7 in the morning.
Do you and Seth?
I don't think they're.
Well, I mean, in
league
advance,
officials.
you know, in advance, they figured it's a specific video on that one. Send a couple to you.
No.
How many videos do you and Stretch send, though? You guys must send
No,
them
we
to
don't
us.
send them.
No?
No.
No more?
No, I mean, they send out the videos. We watch them, and it's a good communication. And again, it's, you know, those fouls are supposed to be looked at or can be looked at in replay assist. And the one thing is if they call a penalty, if there's any contact at a face mask, it stays on the, you know, the foul stays. So it's like, is that really what we want? If it's not, but listen, we'll just keep playing and try to play by the rules. And the officials have a tough job. It's a fast game, and they do a nice job.
And you're 6-2 here, ahead of schedule, according to many people. I had him at 10 wins. Greg didn't believe in you.
I had 9. I had 9 wins. I've always believed in him.
But
I've always
Shime
believed,
had 6.
always believed in him.
Who's that?
Shime, my
Shine,
producer.
back to
Yeah.
the station.
Oh, he's right.
Right now, yeah. Nailed it.
He is right. He also gives Josh McDaniels 0 credit for the development of Rick May.
That's a lie. I don't say 0. I just say not as much as other people. That's all.
didn't know this guy was allowed to talk back there. This is the first time I've heard him
Mike,
in
how's it
however
going?
many weeks.
Some people think he shouldn't be. He gets into the all 22s. I
Yeah,
think.
he's in
the-
He watches a lot of
Yeah,
film.
he's an all 22 guy.
He's a film guy.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's
yeah.
a film guy. Yeah, watch a lot
Try
of
to
film.
be.
Yeah, I think he played high school volleyball.
He's the varsity soccer coach
Oh
right
yeah,
now.
that's right.
Yes.
How much of what you're saying now is where you guys are? Obviously, you're not going to get anything for winning 6 games, but you have half the season ahead of you, and you are the 2 seed right now in the AFC. You have what I believe to be the MVP at quarterback. You're the coach of the year. How do you keep a level head and let them know that every year you're not going to be able to get here? You've been relatively healthy. You get to at this point of the year. What is your messaging been, and has that shifted at all with the recent success?
No, I don't think it's changed. I think it's just stayed consistent that this league, if you sleep on this league, that you're gonna have bad results, and no matter who you play, what team it is, there's going to be things that you have to do each and every week, and so every week is its own challenge. We have been relatively healthy, which has been great. But I think that if, were we not healthy, I think guys would have been ready to go in there. I think they prepare as starters each and every week. We're getting a lot of contributions from a lot of different people. And that's the thing that you have to continue to do, is that when you get an opportunity, that you take advantage of your opportunity. Continue to practice our identity through meetings and a walkthrough practice. But there's a long way to go. And my job is to make sure that we're focused on that each and every week, and not get too far ahead of ourselves.
Coach, thanks for giving us
thank you guys.
Thanks for giving us the time. That is Mike